What's up, everybody? Noah Kizrak here for my reaction to the Oscar nominations. I did get up early to watch these live on Good Morning America. And we started off with a surprise. We're not going to go in the order that they went in. I'm going based on the Variety article. So we're going to go up, and I'm not covering the short films or documentary shorts. So, Best Visual Effects. This is the Dune category. Dune is winning this. There's no chance anything else wins. Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought Godzilla vs. Kong had a chance because of the water effects, especially with that fight on the aircraft carrier and the fight in the city. I thought that was a very well done fight with the hair movement and how great Godzilla looked. But this is going to Dune. Now, this is not predictions. This is just me reacting, but we all know that Dune is winning Best Visual Effects. If not, then that's the biggest snub of the entire damn award show. Best Production Design. Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story. No surprises here for me, except for Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley did have great production design. Now, I did watch it. I'm not going to review it. I am not going to review it because I think it's a little too late for me to review it. Nightmare Alley is a good film, but I don't think it's worthy of a lot of these awards. But with that being said, this is not my thoughts on on who I think should be nominated, except for a couple of them, mainly in the acting. But production design, you know which flag I'm waving. I loved West Side Story. I'm buying that Blu-ray. It's the only new release, and I mean big new release, that I'm buying for the rest of the year until probably June or July, because I loved that movie so much. Next up is Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Coming to America. People said this was going to get nominated, and I was still shocked. But when you have the old man effects and you have all those effects on Eddie Murphy, I do get that. Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci. Zero surprises here. House of Gucci, come on. You have to give credit to Jared Leto, because that did not look like Jared Leto. Lady Gaga looked amazing. Adam Driver had some great makeup on him. But the makeup and hairstyling done on Jared Leto is not as close and not as good as the Bombshell makeup for that movie was. But overall, I think this is probably going to The Eyes of Tammy Faye or Dune. I would love it to go to Cruella. I loved Cruella so much. My second favorite film of last year. Next up is International Feature Film, Drive My Car, Flee, The Hand of God. Lunana Ayak in the Classroom. Zero clue what that freaking film is. Nobody knows what that film is. That film completely threw everybody for a loop. Nobody knew what that movie was. We were all expecting a hero and the worst person in the world from Norway. Best Film Editing. Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, and Tick, Tick, Boom. No West Side Story. Okay. No Belfast. Belfast got snubbed in a couple of these guys, and I'm very surprised. But that's okay. I'm glad that Don't Look Up is getting some more recognition. Tick, Tick, Boom. I'm a little upset, but Tick, Tick, Boom deserves everything it gets. Everything this film gets, it deserves. I'm not covering Best Documentary because I haven't seen any of them. Best Original Song. But once we get to the predictions, I will be going based off of the shorts and the documentary stuff anyways. Then I will be going based off of other nominations, other people's thoughts and other people's predictions. That's what I'm going based off of documentary, feature film, and short, because I don't know any of those. Best Original Song. Be Alive from King Richard. Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. Down to Joy from Belfast. No Time to Die from No Time to Die. And this was the big one. Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days. Most people don't know what this movie is. I do. This is a film all about Mila Kunis, who needs to have 4 good days because she's a drug addict. And her mom, played by Glenn Close, is trying to help her just have 4 good days. She's a recovering drug addict, and she just wants to have 4 good days. That's the whole film. It's a mother-daughter story, and I still haven't seen that film, but I at least know what that is. Best sound. People were predicting A Quiet Place Part 2. No. I'm sorry, no. No. Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. No surprise here. I believe it's probably going to West Side Story or Dune. With action films, they usually do go for action films or a lot of noise, but I mean, with the sound balance you have to do with a musical, you got to give it to them. West Side Story was snubbed here. Best Original Score. Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, and The Power of the Dog. Parallel Mothers got a couple nominations that I was not even expecting. I was expecting this just to be completely thrown out the window. Zero chance of this getting anything. But I believe score is going to Dune. Encanto was a nice little surprise as well. And by the way, in Best Original Song, I personally thought that Look Up, Just Look Up from Don't Look Up, should have gotten nominated. I would have loved to have heard Ariana Grande up on that stage. Who's winning this award? I have not a goddamn clue. It's either going to King Richard or Encanto. Because I don't know if they will be able to... Can you imagine them not giving an Oscar to Beyonce? Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to get plenty in his future. This would be his first. No. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Would it? Did he win for How Far I'll Go? I can't remember off the top of my head. But King Richard is probably going to get that for Be Alive. Best Costume Design. Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. No surprises here, Cruella. It's all about a fashion designer. I was kind of surprised with Cyrano. I thought House of Gucci would get some love here, but that's okay. They did not like this movie a whole much. They did not like House of Gucci. Nightmare Alley, bit of a surprise, but it is a noir film, so you kind of got to give it a bit more credit here in West Side Story. Look at Rachel Zegler's dresses. Look at Ariana DeBose's yellow dress. Look at them. That's the main thing they're looking at here. But Cyrano, it's a period piece musical romance story. Dune, a lot of them are the same outfits, but I believe this is probably going to West Side Story or maybe even Cruella, because the costume design in that film was so beautiful. Best animated feature film. Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines. The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. No surprise here. I would personally go for Raya and the Last Dragon. I did not like Luca all that much. I have not seen Flea because I haven't had the opportunity to see Flea. The Mitchells versus the Machines I thought was good. I thought it was good, but I don't think it's up to everybody's love and excitement for it. Now, if you love that film, God bless you. I respect that. Encanto, I need to give a second chance to. Almost everybody I'm friends with says, are you freaking nuts? You didn't like that movie? I didn't say I didn't like it. I said I didn't love it. So I will give it another chance before the Oscars and before I do my Oscar predictions. But my Oscar predictions is going to be Encanto winning this award. Because everybody loves this film. I don't think they can not give this film that award. If it doesn't get it, it's going to the Mitchells versus the Machines. Flea could sneak in there and get it, but I believe it's going to Encanto. Best cinematography, Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story. A little bit surprised with Nightmare Alley. Not gonna lie. They are picking up a lot of awards here. More than I thought they would. But to me, the best cinematography might be West Side Story. I have not seen Dune yet. That's coming back to HBO Max before the Oscars, so I will see that before the Oscar ceremonies and before I do my predictions for them, which will be up the day before. Best Original Screenplay, minor surprise here. Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. The Worst Person in the World, I was not expecting that. I know what that is. It's a foreign film. But then we also got another foreign film in Best Adapted Screenplay. We have Coda, Drive My Car from Japan. Bit of a surprise there. Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog is probably picking up that win. I would not be surprised, but I don't even know how to see The Worst Person in the World. Licorice Pizza, I don't know when that's coming out to Blu-ray. I don't know when I can rent that. I don't know. Coda, it's on Apple TV Plus. But Drive My Car and The Worst Person in the World, I have no idea how I can even see those before the Oscars. Best Supporting Actress. Surprise here. 2 surprises. Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter. Was not expecting her. Ariana DeBose, There Is Your Winner. Judi Dench for Belfast. Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog. And Aunjanue Ellis for King Richard. Not a big surprise. Best Supporting Actor. Kieran Hines for Belfast. Troy Kotsur for Coda. Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog. J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos. And Cody Smith-McPhee. You heard that audible sigh from me after J.K. Simmons. It got louder. It got louder. I loved his performance. I thought he was the best part of that film. But Being the Ricardos is getting all of these nominations except no screenplay and no Best Picture. Who has the best chance of winning this? Probably Cody Smith-McPhee. If not, it's going to Troy Kotsur. J.K. Simmons was the best part of Being the Ricardos. And I'm a massive fan of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. I love them to death. I've loved Lucy all my life, and I will continue to love Lucy. Figuratively, damn it. Figuratively and literally, I will love Lucy. This is the one. These awards kind of boggle my mind a little bit. Let's get right into it. Best Lead Actress, Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. 0 shock there. Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter. Again, 0 shock. Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. Again, no surprise. I thought that Spencer was going to get snubbed for this. I loved Spencer. I loved Spencer so much. Kristen Stewart deserves this award. She deserves this award. What we gotta talk about is who's missing here. Lady Gaga for House of Gucci. This was on a lot of people's number 1, has to be nominated. A guaranteed lock. But I personally thought that the person you would bump out is Olivia Colman. I have seen The Lost Daughter. I thought it was a completely fine film. I did not love it. But Lady Gaga's performance in House of Gucci was absolutely amazing. Was it as good as her performance in A Star is Born? By all means, no. No, it wasn't. But with that being said, we're going to lead actor. Oh my God. No Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up. Instead, we got Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. Tick, Tick, Boom. Love Tick, Tick, Boom. Will Smith for King Richard. And Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Okay. Let's just talk about this. I'm a bit more critical of Being the Ricardos than other people are. Because when I was born, the TV show that was on the air was a 24-hour marathon during a snowstorm of I Love Lucy. That's what I was born to. Was I Love Lucy was playing. I love that show so much, and I love these actresses. Actresses. I love these actors. To do something like Being the Ricardos, when you had ideas for grape stomping. Now, this has to do with the script, but when you are in season 1 of the story, Season 1 of the show. That was 6 seasons. And I'm not talking about the Lucy Desi comedy hour stuff. Because altogether that's 9 seasons. But when you are focusing on Fred and Ethel fight, you already have an idea for grape stomping in Italy. When you didn't even know you were going to be able to do that yet. That's what kind of made me a little bit mad. Because I can go on a tangent on Being the Ricardos. Now, I did not hate this film. I'm just a bit more critical and protective of these actors and my show than other people are. Like, if there was a show, a show called Grey's Anatomy, a movie based on what went on set on Grey's Anatomy, if you took a plot line that happened in season 13 and already had it planned out in season 1, the fans would revolt. And the fans would absolutely revolt. If you took something from MASH that happened, or something from, say, I don't know, Game of Thrones. Say they make a movie about the making of Game of Thrones. What happened on set of Game of Thrones? And you already had it mapped out who was going to be king in the first season. People would revolt. You didn't even know who was going to be king by the end of the series. It took you until the very last episode. You're telling me that they had an episode already planned for her to do grape stomping in Italy in the first season. Bullshit. Bullshit. Anyways, Javier Bardem, I don't think deserves to be in here. He was completely fine in the role. I don't think the makeup was good enough to make him look like Desi Arnaz. I don't think he looked remotely like Desi Arnaz. But that's again besides the point. Best director. Kenneth Branagh, Belfast. I'm not even going to try and say his first name. So, Hamaguchi for Drive My Car. Paul Thomas Anderson, Licorice Pizza. Jane Campion, The Power of the Dog. And Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Even though I have not seen Dune, you cannot deny that from the freaking trailers, that is some of the best directing of the entire fucking year. What he did is he took an unfilmable book, something that people thought was completely unfilmable. Nobody thought that Dune would ever be able to be filmed and put into a screenplay and make it so that everybody could understand. He did it. I will see it before the Oscars. I might even do I will do a review of Dune. So I can get a review out of Dune. Because I didn't get a chance to see it when it was on HBO Max or in theaters. This is a travesty. Denis Villeneuve has not won. And this man is one of the greatest directors in all of Hollywood. Let's go back through his history. He was not nominated. Not nominated for Blade Runner 2049. He was nominated for Arrival. I don't like Arrival. I don't. If you love it, that's amazing. I personally think it's a little bit too slow, and I think it's hard to understand. But then again, what do I know? I mean, I am just a person from Ohio. If you love Arrival, I celebrate that, and I am so happy you love Arrival. He did not get nominated for Blade Runner 2049. He did not get nominated for Enemy. He did not get nominated for Prisoners. I believe he had something to do with both those films. Enough bitching and moaning. Now let's get into Best Picture. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. If I was picking the Best Picture winner, it would be West Side Story. Nightmare Alley was a little bit too slow for me. I thought it went off the rails a little bit. The production design and the acting was very, very good, but the screenplay was just a mess to me. But I have not seen The Power of the Dog. I have not seen Coda. Obviously I haven't seen Drive My Car. But to me, I would go with West Side Story because the two films I enjoyed the most is West Side Story and Don't Look Up. To me, West Side Story was the best film of 2021. And it is the best picture. Do I believe it's going to get it? No. I think it might have a second chance, like a second place chance, a runner-up to The Power of the Dog. If West Side Story does win, then I'm going to be jumping for joy in my living room at 11 o'clock at night. And so will my whole entire family, because my family loved that movie as well. We are all cheering for West Side Story to win some awards. But I personally think it's going to The Power of the Dog. I will give my review of that when I watch it eventually. I might get to it this week. I don't quite know. I might wait until we get closer to the Oscars to remember and feel how I felt about it. But there's my reactions. Bit of a odd year for awards. People thought Lin-Manuel Miranda would get nominated for Tick, Tick, Boom. No. Some people thought that Spider-Man No Way Home would get nominated for Best Picture. No. I thought that Spider-Man No Way Home had a better Best Picture chance than Nightmare Alley did. But even that surprised me. Now, with that being said, if you got all these predictions right, then you gotta be Jesus Christ himself. You gotta be Jesus. Because not even the big Oscar experts would have guessed all of these nominations. So there you go, everybody. There is that. I will see all of you guys next time for my movie reviews very, very soon. I got my review coming out for Gravitas Ventures romance film. We also have, I don't know if the embargo is lifted yet, so I just need to think about that one. But there you go, everybody. There is my reaction to the Oscars. See you guys next month, but you guys will get a video every single day. This is going to be me saying goodbye for right now, but more reviews coming today and later this week. I will see all of you guys next time.